Hey everybody, KMO here, and it is a snowy day today. So the video that you're about to see, or at least the segment that you're about to see, was clearly shot a few days ago. But with that said, here we go. There's been talk, mainly springing from Danger Dead Nettles, sending me one of Dmitry Orlov's posts that was behind a paywall and I wouldn't have seen otherwise, where Dmitry's speaking to his audience, and he's spinning tales of evil geniuses who run the world economy, except in Russia and China. The brave, heroic, stalwart resistors to the global machinations of the evil geniuses. I guess that's his greater narrative. I mean, I haven't really followed Dmitry's work all that much recently. But somebody sent me a message today, and here, I'll put the text of it up on screen, even though I can't read it right now.
James writes, KMO, in the most recent Vault episode, 383, you said if the 3% had competent enough automation, a virus that would kill humanity, and a vaccine for themselves, that they would unleash the virus. Does that sound crazy? Got me thinking, the Vault is not public. It's supposed to be a safe zone where you can be open, honest, direct, whatever. But even in the Vault, there is a risk of turning people away. Got me thinking, I'd like to hear things that are too fill-in-the-blank for the Vault. So, what if you created a sort of Vault within a Vault podcast here? Pay more for a once-a-month broadcast of stuff that's even less public than the Vault. Like what? What about travel stories, trip reports, dream reports? As I mentioned above, you could talk about conspiracies and other offbeat weird topics without fear of alienating too many of your patrons. I've often wondered what your thoughts are on Neil Kramer's supernatural universe and his coming out of the Christian closet. Not gossip, just your thoughts. You could experiment. Don't know what that might be for you, but it could be a more experimental channel. I like when you read from poignant books or other material. I know you're probably not looking for any extra work. You'd have to charge enough to make it worth the effort, but maybe a few folks who really like you would be willing to cough up nicely for it. Could just be like $2 extra. But I think a few people already really like you and want a reason to support you more. Some already give extra. Others would, I think, also give extra for a perk like this. Personally, I think you could charge $15 a month for the top tier that gives access to the Inner Sanctum Vaults. Would 25 people be willing to do that? If they are currently paying $7, that would be an extra $8 each. That's $200. I imagine it taking less time to edit than a normal show, because it's more behind the scenes. I imagine it taking less time to create in general, because it would really be whatever you want it to be. Those that want more KMO trust that whatever you put out will be worthwhile. This is all just a few thoughts I had tonight. Not meant to be a serious proposal, just some thoughts. James.
All right, so here's the thing, James. Every day from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I do a live stream on YouTube. There's a chat. You can type anything you want into the chat and I will respond to it. And if you get there at exactly 2 p.m., if you're there from the start, it's entirely possible that you'll be the only person in the chat. You will have my undivided attention, and I'll speak to whatever topics you want to bring up, really. So tune into my daily live stream, 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, same time zone as New York City, and it happens every day, Monday through Friday anyway, right here on YouTube. So check it out. I've come here to drop my kitchen waste, food scraps, which I accumulate in my freezer, into this little white bucket over here. That's our disposal facility. It all goes in a biodegradable bag. All right, so I was just in silhouette there. And this is something I will tell the bigger room, the bigger video audience. eventually. But I've decided that, I've had this phone, my Huawei Mate SE. It's an entry-level smartphone, but word on the street, not the street, word on the internet a couple years ago was that Huawei was selling these at a loss just to gain market share. And it's such a good phone. I mean, I paid $220 for it 2 years ago. The fingerprint sensor doesn't work so well anymore. I have to enter my PIN code more often than I'd like. But other than that, the phone works. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm really craving one of the newer Google Pixel models, either the Pixel 5, which is almost a mid-tier flagship phone, or the 4A, which is the budget version of last year's new phone, the Google 4. And I've decided that I can't buy a new phone. There's nothing wrong with this phone. It's not broken. It's not struggling, It's just not as cool as I'd like it to be. And I have no complaints. I mean, I'm looking right at this phone, talking to you, phone. I have no complaints. You've done a great job. Good work. But yes, I am lusting after one of the newer Pixel phones because of just the great, photo processing AI built into them. But I've decided that I cannot allow myself to replace this phone until I've shot another 100 videos, shot and posted another 100 videos with this phone. So this is video number 4 of 100. At this pace, it might be next summer before I've gotten to 100 of them. In which case, maybe the Pixel 5A will be out, which is, next year's budget version of this year's flagship phone. And anyway,